First part of the debate here, unfortunately, the beginning had about 12 questions in a row that were all framed from a Republican point of view.
Yeah.
Aren't you going to have big government spending all this money? They never asked the Republicans, hey, you keep talking about more and more wars. Isn't that big government that's going to spend a lot of money? Iraq and Afghanistan cost us trillions of dollars, right? So, but they never say, hey, how are you going to pay for that? But the minute Bernie Sanders, Hillary Clinton are on stage, how are you going to pay for it? How are you going to pay for it, right? I'm just wondering where the liberal media is. When they show up, someone please send me the memo, okay? So then Hillary Clinton got into the same corner that she was boxed into by Senator Obama at the time in the 2008 election. Bernie Sanders says, hey, I'd like to make sure every American gets health care and that it's a right. And Hillary Clinton goes, nah, I don't want to get back into the contentious health care debates. Well, that means you just said, I'm not really going to do anything about health care. I'm done with it.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, how depressing is that? So that means that if you're a Democrat, if you vote for Hillary Clinton, you're not going to do anything about health care. Not going to do it.
There's this thing with Democrats being weak, and I'm tired of it. Like, I'm tired of Democrats being weak. I'm tired of them conceding. I'm tired of them always talking about compromising and working with the Republicans. Republicans don't want to work with you. So we need someone who's actually going to be aggressive and be a fighter, like the Republicans. Republicans always get what they want because they fight. And so when Hillary talks about health care and she has this defeatist tone, it doesn't give you much hope.
I like what,
and I'm sorry, and to follow up on that exact point, later she went on to say, well, look, if I win, I think that the Republicans will get the message they should cooperate with us. That's the same thing Obama said in his re-election. He's like, oh, no, the fever will break.
Going to break their fever. Going to break their fever. I get reelected. I'll break their fever. Never broke their fever.
Yeah. I mean, what are they going to get through to them? There's no fever to be broken.
It's a really
right?
bad fever.
Like, it's not. They get the donor money. They do what the donors tell them.
There's
no debating with them. There's no golf or beer summit that solves that. So now, I don't know if Hillary Clinton is really still that horribly misinformed about politics that she thinks, no. If we win 28 elections in order, that'll break their fever, right?
Yeah.
Which totally misunderstands politics. It's actually really sad how little you understand about politics if that's what you think. Or she knows that that's not true. She goes, I just don't want to fight them because I largely agree with the other issues that we compromise on. I give them whatever they want. They want a trade deal, I give them the trade deal. They want the tax cut, I give them the tax cut. That's what I do. And then I say, oh, I'm a pragmatist. Bernie Sanders actually wants progressive policies. That's so undoable. No, the compromise we have in D.C. is we go, okay, Republicans, you get what you want.
Yeah.
By the way, Lehman Brothers donated $362,000 to Hillary Clinton's various campaigns for re-election.
So I like how she said that President Barack Obama took Wall Street money and then he still went after them. And by going after them, I think she means by never prosecuting any of them and then giving them $80 billion a month.
Yeah.
Bam! Right in the kisser.
You know, it's also kind of incredible because they got into this lengthy discussion about women's rights, right? And look, I know that the perception is that Hillary is better, like she has a better record on women's issues. I've looked into it. I want to know how she's different from Bernie. The only thing that I found different is that she's willing to take money from countries like Saudi Arabia or the UAE that have terrible records on women, right? Bernie supports reproductive rights. Bernie supports, closing the pay gap. How are they different? Tell me. And I'm not saying that to put her down. I think that it's important for her to be specific because if the cornerstone of your campaign is, I'm going to fight for women, I am a leader on women, then you have to clearly state how it is that you are different from Bernie Sanders.
And she might still not be used to the new media.
Yeah.
So in the old media, you just say, I'm for women, and you're done with it, right? Yeah. In the new media, you have to show us. You have to actually have details. And go, hey, look, here was a law that I pushed for and we got.
Yes.
And she might be able to do that.
Yep.
So she's hurting herself by not doing that.
Yeah.
So Bernie Sanders has a 100% rating from Planned Parenthood, et cetera. My guess is that if Hillary Clinton doesn't have 100%, it's damn near 100%.
Yeah.
But then show us beyond that, what have you fought for and won?
Yeah, because, again, they're very similar in a lot of different ways. So the whole point of this debate is to help people understand how you're better, right? And I don't think that she's necessarily better I think that they're both very good on women's
Well, it's
issues.
harder to be better than 100%.
Yeah.
So this idea too is a contradiction. The idea that I'm a fighter and I fought for things and we had to fight for things, but don't vote for Bernie because he wants to fight for things. That I don't understand.
Oh, that's a great point.
Yeah, that's a good
He
point.
wants to
But
fight
also-
for things. I'm telling you, you can't fight for things anymore, Bernie, because there's Republicans. We used to only fight when I was there. What the F? I don't get that.
Look, I think that in the last debate, Hillary going on the offensive didn't necessarily work, but it was a good strategy to take. Because if they do what they're doing right now, where she says the stuff she's always been saying, and he says the stuff he's always been saying, they already know she's been saying that. They're learning about Bernie, and the more they learn, the better he does.
Yeah.
That's a really interesting point because we all already know Bernie's stances, but
most
lot of
people
the
don't.
voters don't know them.
Right.
So and they come and they go, okay, Hillary Clinton, I knew that. I knew that about her. Oh, I didn't know that about Bernie Sanders. That's really interesting. So almost by the nature of these debates, Bernie Sanders has an advantage because he gets to introduce himself to more
Yes.
people. That's why the DNC didn't want to have that many
That's right.
debates.